As promised, Republican Congressman Ron Paul of Texas joins us right now on Varney and Company. Congressman, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for you joining us.
Thank you very much.
Surprise, surprise, sir. We don't want to talk about the Federal Reserve. We don't want to talk about financial reform. We don't want to talk about gold. No. The issue we would like to talk to you about is the issue raised by Senator Bunning, which is you want to spend money. He says you got to pay for it. And just because he has backed off a little, I think that issue is still with us. Would you have stood side by side with Senator Bunning if you were a senator?
It's hard to say exactly what my tactics would be, but my position, philosophic position, and my vote would obviously be with him. I will not vote for anything that's not paid for. Haven't done it in the past 10 years or so, so I wouldn't do it now. But I have a little question on how you get the support for something like this, and I've worked with the assumption that if you're going to cut back and you want to get your house in order, you don't go after unemployment benefits. What you go after is some wasteful spending overseas. Like right now, we're going to spend $1 billion on an embassy in London. It makes no sense. So I would have a position of priorities, but he is absolutely right. Debt is the monster, and we have to do something about it.
Do you get the sense that we're galloping towards a crisis where we're going to be called up short because we're spending so much, borrowing so much, such a huge deficit, that really we're on the same road that parts of Europe are going down at this moment?
Yes, and we'd be a lot worse off if we weren't a giant. We have a giant economy. We still have some wealth in this country. We've had the world currency. We have a powerful military. So we get a free ride, and we've had it. But it's also the reason why we have such a gigantic bubble. But we are much worse off than we've ever been, and the world's been much worse off. But just because Greece is bad, it's just because, and we get some benefit from that. You know, they want to get out of Greece or out of the euro, and they come and take the dollars. But that's all temporary. The numbers are horrible, and we are on our way to a real disaster, I believe.
Can you put a time frame on it? It seems to a lot of people that we're getting pretty close to the crisis.